Jay. Each new teacher that graces our lives brings with them the experience and the wisdom of their teachers and paths. I am grateful that the very Reverend Dr. J. Spates graced my life with the profound wisdom and teachings of Reverend Dr. Howard Thurman. His legacy as an author, theologian, civil rights activist, and mentor to the movement, including the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, is deep and rich. When the time came to install someone to carry on his legacy as the presiding minister of the Church of the Fellowship of All Peoples, Dr. Thurman's daughter, Mrs. Susie Bailey, knew there was only one person who would embody this legacy, Reverend Dr. Dorsey Odell Blake. In October 1994, she presented Dr. Thurman's robe, which had not been worn since his death, to Dr. Blake as a symbol of her trust in his leading the congregation, saying, "So that there will be no past greater than our future." Dr. Blake served as Dean of Faculty and Visiting Professor of Spirituality and Prophetic Justice at Starr King School for the ministry for 6 years. He currently serves as Faculty Associate Leadership and Social Transformation at the Pacific School of Religion. Prior to joining the faculty at Starr King, Dr. Blake served as founding director of the Doctor of Ministry program and later as vice president for community learning at the University of Creation Spirituality. In addition to the responsibilities for curriculum, student, and faculty development, he helped to initiate the Martin Luther King Jr. celebration held annually at the Taylor Memorial United Methodist Church that annually draws more than 1,000 people. Dr. Blake served as the director of the Center for Urban Black Studies at the Graduate Theological Union and core faculty member at GTU, co-director of United Campus Ministry, The Ohio University in Athens, and program director of the Howard Thurman Educational Trust in San Francisco. He was also the first full-time Black male professor at the University of Alabama, Tuscaloosa from 1972 to 1977, where he taught in the Religious Studies Department and designed a major in Black Studies. He has extensive field ministry experience with interfaith groups addressing justice and peace issues, including the California People of Faith Against the Death Penalty, the Interfaith Alliance for Prison Reform, Genesis, and the San Francisco Interfaith Council. He served as a member of the Steering Committee of Religious Witness with Homeless People and has been in the forefront of peace and justice activities, speaking to small audiences and rallies that have drawn more than 200,000 people. Joining us from Dr. Howard Thurman's pulpit at the Church of the Fellowship of All Peoples, it is my honor and pleasure to introduce Reverend Dr. Dorsey Odell Blake, who will offer the charge to the class of 2021. Please welcome Dr. Blake.
Dear graduates, ordinations, I am ecstatic to be part of this commencement and ordination service at the new seminary. I am grateful to your extraordinary executive director, Dr. J. Spates, for extending the invitation to me to join you on this very special occasion. After having taught at the new seminary this semester, I feel that I am already an integral part of this exciting educational program. Clearly, this is not your first commencement. Therefore, you are aware that commencement means beginning, although it comes at the end of a significant time period spent studying and preparing yourselves for your new start. The Reverend Philip Brooks stated, "When a person starts afresh, either with the newness of a new day or with the stimulus of altered circumstances, or with the inspiration of a new work. What this new start ought to do for her, for him, is to refresh the deepest principles by which she or he lives. So, in a new beginning, people ought to feel, and in some new way, who they are, and what great powers are at work upon them, as they do not ordinarily feel these things in common times. Ordination is a time of newness. It is the rite of consecration to the ministry. It is crossing the threshold and joining the host of ordained ministers who have gone forth with all the privileges and responsibilities entailed in the title Reverend. I am grateful that you have responded to a call of conscience to serve that life-giving reality that has compelled you forth. Blessings to you for having arrived at both great thresholds, commencement and ordination. Arrive with deep integrity, following the light that has illuminated and continues to illuminate your paths. You have disciplined yourselves in a particular form of study and ministry, chaplaincy. May you continue to be a listening ear, that you may hear what your heart is saying. May you be stethoscopes for those who need to be heard even when their speech is inaudible. May your eye open to see the pain, the promises, the blessings of life. Know that your mere presence is balm for the wounds of so many. Love the people, even when they gnaw your last nerve. Dr. Walter Brueggemann has said, what God does first and best and most is to trust people with their moment in history. God trusts them to do what must be done for the sake of the whole community. May the God of life bless you and keep you when you are led into unfamiliar places that beckon to you out of their need. When you take that next step, sing that one more song of healing. Cosmic energy has been unleashed in you to complement your imagination. Transformative ideas await with freshness to breathe into the world with melodies eternally new. Dr. Howard Thurman once wrote, all that a person has is a life. All that a person is given is a life. And each of us must answer the question, what can I do with the one life I have? The one life that has been given to me. What can I do? Given the fact of one's life, you must speak to our times with our life. It is all that you and I have. It is all that is given us. When we raise the question, what can I do? Given the fact of our lives, we have to decide where we will take our stand. Being mindful that all that is given us is our life. God's trust in each of you has not been misplaced. It is an active trust. Rabbi Heschel said, our goal should be to live life in radical amazement. Get up in the morning and look at the world in a way that takes nothing for granted. Everything is phenomenal. Everything is incredible. Never treat life casually. To be spiritual is to be amazed. So, live in awe, continuous awe, that you have been called forth for such a time as this. The best of times, the worst of times. And when you get weary, in the words of Reverend Samuel Miller, do not pray for a lighter load. Pray for a stronger back. Paraphrasing Dr. Thurman, may this moment of your new start find you eager and unafraid, ready to take it by the hand with joy and with gratitude.